Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8 PC Game Reviews, and today I'm playing Combat Mission Fortress Italy, the latest iteration in the venerable strategy series by Battlefront.com. First thing we'll do is talk about the features, and the first thing I'll do is turn off the sound. Ugh. You'll notice in here there is no volume control, so I have to shout over the music. There's a lot of things in here that could need some polishing up. To say the least. First off, we'll talk about the campaign. Included with the campaign, there's two tutorials. There's a basic training and an advanced training tutorial campaign, each about 3 missions each. It's nice to have tutorials, but none of the instructions are in the game. You actually have to open the manual and print out the manual pages to follow along and see what the designers want you to do to help you learn the game. So it's one step in the right direction, but still not something approachable to a wide audience. You got to put those instructions in the game so everybody can see it. Other than that, there's 3 main campaigns, each 5 or 6 missions each. There's one for the Germans, there's one for the Italians, and one for the Americans. One of these, I forget which is which. One of them is completely linear. It's just 5 missions in a row. Another one only lets you play the last mission if you beat the next to last 3 in a row. And the other one is more interesting. It has one where it's an option of whether you split up your units or not, and then it gives you a different final 2 scenarios based on whether you split them up and whether you won the next to last scenario. So that's interesting. Other than that, it has battles. We'll play through a battle today. A number of battles here. And it has quick battles. The game has over 500 quick battle maps, which is very nice, although it's still obviously not as good as having randomly generated battles, which the developers seem to have not been able to conquer that with the new version of the combat mission engine. But you can see all the values you can set here. You can also purchase units or have the computer assign random units. As for multiplayer, there's Hot Seat, there's Play by Email, and there's also network games. But as you can see here, there is absolutely no matchmaking in the game. You have to input an IP address and a port. And if you do play by email, you have to manually send the files back and forth. So Battlefront is really behind the times in that aspect of the game. A lot of other war games now hold all the files at a central server, like the Decisive Campaign series I reviewed not too long ago, and a lot of the other Matrix titles. So you don't have to mess with any of that. You can find opponents. Here, they just offer some basic functionality, and that's it. So the features leave, honestly, a lot to be desired because they're basically the same features that were here 5 years ago when the first of the second generation of combat mission game Shock Force came out. They basically haven't changed anything other than adding new units and adjusting some of the rules. There is a scenario editor. Added to this version is the ability to use an image as a background, so you can kind of make it look more realistic, and also to paint in linear things like roads and fences, which makes it easier, obviously, to put those components into your maps. So we're going to jump into a battle. I'm going to pick kind of a smallish one here so it doesn't take forever to finish. You can see here you can sort by the battle size or the length or just alphabetical. That's a nice feature. So we'll click Fight. We'll choose the attacker because it'll be more interesting. Here you can choose whether it's 1 or 2 players. I prefer the turn-based format because what you do is you issue orders and it plays out a minute where you can't do anything. But you can actually fast forward or completely skip the playback. So the beginning of the game where it's really boring and you're just sitting there, you can just kind of skip by it. And you can also choose the skill level. The skill level I go with is Warrior. It has some fog of war elements where you can identify enemy units, that there's maybe an enemy unit there, but it may not be the right type, or it may be more than is actually there. I played a mission in the campaign where I thought there were 10 enemy units, but it ended up being just 1. Anything above Warrior has friendly fog of war. If you move units too far from their commander, they'll actually disappear from the map. And I don't want that level of realism or annoyance. So I'm just going to choose that as my feature here. And then it'll load it up. So as I alluded to earlier, a lot of the changes here in Combat Mission Fortress Italy are really incremental. There's no really big changes. There is a lot of content. As you saw, there's 3, missions of about, an hour for every 5 missions in each. So, that's 15 hours, and then all the battles is another 15 hours, and then essentially infinite replayability with the quick battles. So, and then all the new units and stuff like that. So here's our briefing. We're going to be invading some hapless Italians. So it gives you a little briefing, and then the plan shows you a tactical map here. I'll get some reinforcements at 1535, 1540, and 1545. And my objectives are to occupy, which means I have to actually get here and keep units there, and also destroy any of the Axis forces. So click OK, and here we go. Since we're looking at here, first thing we'll do is talk about the graphics. If you get up close, and I'll kind of comment about this terrible camera here in a minute, the units look pretty good. And we'll turn around so we can see them. Hey guys, how's it going? You're going to shoot people for me in a little bit. The tanks are very detailed. The terrain looks better than any of the other combat mission games, although it's still you can tell it's very blocky and stuff like that, but it looks pretty good. Now stuff to complain about. First, this floating map looks terrible. You can see the edge of the map over this gray, or not gray, but beige, bland terrain. That's just terrible. It's terrible. This background that's floating out here. The interface is basically the same as it was in 2005, which is functional. You have your movement, your command, your special, and your administrative commands here. But there's no order of battle. So if you're not looking, you can't see where any of the units are. Or anything like that. There's obviously detail here. It shows you all the ammunition that they have for every type of weapon and stuff like that. There's some things that have tooltips, like here you can see the weapons do, and then the items do. They have anti-tank grenades. And some things don't have tooltips, like that doesn't tell you what rank that guy is, or what that symbol means, or what these symbols down here mean. So that's very inconsistent. And the camera is terrible, and they haven't changed it at all in 5 years, and frankly the rest of the strategy genre has passed this game by. The one thing they need to add to this is when you press the mouse wheels to zoom to the cursor. They need to play War Game European Escalation and basically steal how they do the camera. They need to zoom. When I'm doing this, they need to zoom to where my cursor is. If I want to zoom into this unit, I got to kind of go like this and change the height and move over here, and then I missed it, and then rotate the camera around and all this nonsense, where it should just be, look at this, now I can't see my unit, so I have to tilt it very slowly by holding the right mouse button instead of just pushing it towards the unit. It's almost unusable when after you've played plenty of strategy games, 4X, tactical, whatever, that have this type of feature. So you're going to see a lot of spastic camera control, to say the least, while I play this game. So let's get started instead of wasting any more time here. So you can see here I have a couple of machine gun crews. I have an assault crew. I have a mortar. And I have the headquarters for basically all of these guys, and then a tank. And then my reinforcements will come by at some point. Unfortunately, I have a countdown timer, so I'm not really quite sure when they're going to show up. So I'm going to send these guys, I'm going to move them out here. You notice when I move them, it'll show, there's 2 different squares that'll show where the 2 different teams will end up when I move them. I'm going to keep my mortars kind of in the back. I'm not really sure where I'm going to place my machine guns yet, and then we'll keep the tank back there. So basically I've got to occupy these 2 areas here. So I think I'm going to kind of keep one set of infantry up here in the tree line. We'll send one down here towards this little road in the bushes. We'll keep my mortars kind of where they're at. And then we'll keep the machine gun crews kind of with the units. I'm going to set everybody to hunt so that when they spot enemy units, they will immediately stop moving. One thing you'll notice here about the terrain here is that the command lines completely clip with the hills. There's a lot of clipping. Units will clip into each other when they move and stuff like that. The animations are kind of stiff, so the graphics could be updated. You know, they say that they added bump mapping and fancy lighting, but it doesn't matter if stuff clips into the terrain and the command lines disappear. One new feature is that you can click and then move waypoints. There we go. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to send them up, and then we'll kind of get started here. I'm going to send them kind of this way to that hill. And you right-click to unselect. I'm going to stick these guys here. And I'm going to stick these guys here. And then you can actually click on this, and I could give them a target arc to basically fire on anything that way. You know. So, and then this guy, I can tell them to target that way. So that's kind of cool. And I'm going to keep my headquarters in a move here, and then my tank I'm not going to do anything with. So it'll compute the action, and then I'm going to fast forward through a lot of this. I'm not anticipating very much stuff. Here we go. I got one at the church. That doesn't really surprise me. I'm just going to kind of let these guys go here for a little bit, and then I'll decide what I want to do. So they're on the hunt. So they're fighting these guys. I forgot to turn the sound on, didn't I? Oh, here, let me save it then. Well, shoot. Alright, let me go back and turn the sound on. I won't be able to hear all their neat voices. There goes the music again. I gotta shout over fight. And we gotta load it again. Oh well. Very dramatic. Your men are going to die! In a world where nothing is what it seems. Two men must drive a Jeep with a gun on it underneath a game logo. Here we go. Alright, so back where we were. Now with sound! So I'm watching a replay here. You know, they're not going to hit basically anything over there, so if you click on a specific unit, it'll show what they can actually spot. So somebody knows that he's there. Probably these guys are getting shot at. The team leader, of course, got hurt, so that's awesome. So we're just going to skip here. They're just going to take pot shots at him, and I'll figure out what I want to do. Alright. One thing, before it used to show, like with the red lines, who was firing, but here you have no idea who's firing or who they're getting shot at. That's another usability problem in this game. Yeah, it's done. So here, alright. They got shot too, so that's awesome. I'm just going to tell them quick here. Oh, see, left click, not right click. I don't think they have to set up. Oh yeah, they do. They have to deploy their weapon. Alright, shoot. Alright, so we'll have them deploy there. And I'm going to send them to these trees. There. And then I will have them deploy their weapon. There we go. Alright, I'm going to have you quick down to these trees. Ah! Left click. Playing too many other games here. And then I'm going to have you move here. Kind of through the tree line. Actually, I kind of need to go behind the tree line. There we go. That'll be better, I guess. Kind of want them in the top of the trees. There we go. You can kind of see, especially when you move the waypoints, how it's kind of, you know, it's not hex-based, but it's, I don't know what you want to call that, square-based. Alright, can you fire, or do you have line of sight? Nope. Follow-up question, does my headquarters not positioned? Okay. Oh, not deployed, yeah. Well, deploy the weapon. Alright. That'll be good for the next minute. We'll see what happens. Run, you pansies! Alright. So you're finally deployed. There's some guys in bunkers here. So you call in, there you go. This, I guess I got some off-map stuff. We'll do area targets. Right there. Medium, short, confirm, so they'll be ready in 4 minutes. And we'll just keep on trucking. One thing that's neat that this series has had is bullet deflecting off of objects. That looks like you can see right there, it bounced off the windows or the wall. That's pretty cool. I like that. Shoot them in the face! I'm gonna have these guys. These guys are firing. They're firing. They're firing. It shows you what each of the little soldiers are doing. Down here, this is whether they can see their leader or their suppression level. You can select like the leader by clicking on the battle here. Like there you go. There's his leader. Tank. I don't want my tank to get ambushed. If you see, click on the tank here, you see you can't see. I don't know, that's just leaders, I guess. Alright, anyway. Never mind. Disregard what I just said. You guys doing alright? No? Alright. It's clear. Quick, please. They're tired, I bet they are. Alright, just quick to right there. And then just hold tight for a second. Alright. I'm going to slow. Have him take the road here. Should be pretty safe, I think. Most of the missions in the campaign and stuff like this are, you know, similar. I mean, it's a strategy game. You get units, you occupy or touch a couple of objectives while you eliminate the enemy. I'm starting to get some people. Not surprisingly, they're basically in the objective locations. It's just a matter of taking them out. The AI, as before, is pretty strong. In the battles, the scenario developer actually hard codes behaviors for the AI, like 2 or 3 strategic scripts, and then the tactical AI kind of, you know, does morale and all that stuff. Let's see, someone else got shot. You guys suck. You can specify targets if you choose. So there we go. Oh, that's not good. See? Yeah, I should have been. There's my reinforcements. Alright. Oh yeah, there's my other. Alright, so quick to here. And then I'm going to have you deploy. Ah! There you go, so I can call you in. That's my company headquarters. Have you hide in the trees. Have you quick to here. Have you quick here. Have you quick to here. Right. Guess I got some more reinforcements coming in a little bit. So my tank got shot. As you saw, it shows you where it got hit and whether it penetrated. So that's pretty cool. The driver got killed and everybody else is getting the hell out. So good tactics by me. Even though this is World War II, the weapons, I guess, have a very big lethality. So there's some smoke and fire effects there. Kinda, yeah, doesn't really match the quality of the models and stuff. So you can see them clipping through each other here a little bit. Yeah, you can see them passing through each other. I mean, the models look pretty good. It's just run! Oh. Well, that's a lot of death. That was the good lead. Yeah, they're pretty screwed. Alright, let's try to get these guys up and then alright, can you call in? I guess I got another mortar coming too. Can you see? Yeah, there we go. Alright, just bomb this whole freaking area. Heavy, short.
Request fire, over.
Have fun with that, gentlemen. One thing you'll notice when I chose this is the realism level. I chose veteran, but there's no difficulty level. So you're at the complete mercy of how many units... What are you guys doing? Are you retreating? Yeah, you suck. You're at the complete mercy of the scenario designer who decides how hard the scenario is going to be by how many units they give the enemy. There's no way to change it. So even if you put it on, like, I can see all the enemy units and all the information is accurate, it still may be too many units for your skill level. So that's another thing, you know. When you get to this point in a series of a game that's 5 years old, you expect things like that. The graphics, the interface, the camera controls, the multiplayer, all that stuff to be, frankly, to be fixed. But, you know, it's not. So, you know, this being a $55... My mortar's firing. A $55 standalone expansion, you know, you expect things like that at this point to be, you know, taken care of. But, I mean, the game is still a solid strategy game. It's just I would expect there to be more bells and whistles that would, you know, appeal to more casual people or people that actually like to play the game with some sense of usability. Yeah, you're screwed too. So.
Roger. Fire for effect.
Okay, have fun with that. Oh, there we go. There goes my mortar. 2E. I saw it go up. Where did it come down? Oh, there it is. Oh, there you go. Yeah, take him out. Fire! Alright, I'm just gonna kind of move up here in a little bit. You see here they get bonuses for their leader quality and their morale and stuff like that. These guys are in trouble. These guys are actually the best out of everybody. It's done. I'm gonna take these guys and quick them up to here. And watch them die. Run! You can run faster than that. Come on. He's giving you cover, fire. Flip it. The grass is pretty good. You can see it's very noticeably circular around your camera view, though. And I think it changes, yeah, it changes the perspective based on like which way you look, so it's kind of cheesy in that sense. Units, when they move, they'll try to find cover near where you told them to move to, which is pretty cool. So I'll give a move command near this wall. They'll actually take cover up by the wall. Let's fast forward here. So I'm gonna have you guys. They're actually still pretty good. I'm gonna have you guys move right there. If you choose assault, you can see the different things down there. Assault will like split the team up into two teams, and then they'll kind of cover each other. But so many people are dead from this section that it doesn't really matter there.
Look out! Enemy infantry!
Yep, look out. The engineer is firing. Up the hill. Sometimes when they're running, it looks like they're running on ice. See, there he is. He's using that wall as cover and fire here. At the center.
Keep your heads down!
The cowering animation right here is kind of silly. fetal position. There he goes, look. I don't think that's how they really behave there. Or maybe it is. I don't know, I wasn't there. Are you guys gonna fire your freaking mortars anytime soon? Seriously. Are you done? Yeah, you're done. Alright. Oh, there we go. Infantry, yay. Alright. See if I can mortar some of these guys again. There's the platoon HQ. There's the main guy. Yeah, see, he has that going. There you go. Ugh, you guys stink. Alright, somebody have line of sight? You, maybe? Yeah, a little bit. That's like the same place as the other guy, though. Here, can I do this? Actually, let me do a linear with that. I gotta make it linear to somewhere I have line of sight to, though. Oh my gosh, just pick a place. Yeah. There we go. Haha. Both guns. Heavy. Medium. Right now! 6 minutes. Tell me it crashed. Okay.
Over.
Goodness gracious. Locked up. Alright, what do I have now? I have a truck. Freaking awesome. That's gonna win me, baby. Oh, I got a new tank. To replace the one that's now burning. And I got some infantry over here. Alright. You are gonna quick to this wall. And so are you. And so are you. Alright? Alright. Go. Alright. Tilt this a little bit. Skip. Go again. You can see the icons flash when they're under attack. Like, these guys are really screwed. But it doesn't tell you their morale or their ammo levels or if they're shooting anybody or anything. Just that they're getting shot at. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. They couldn't put more information in these icons. Hello! Like a manual overhead view there. Ah, I hate the camera. I really need to get up in this building here. I think I might. I totally messed up too. Alright, here, we're gonna try something tricky here. Alright, I'm gonna have you quick to here. And then I'm going to have you pause for 45 seconds. And then I have you quick into the second floor. Actually, I don't want you to quick up there. I want you to quick here. And then I want you to move to the second floor, because I don't want him to get shot if there's anybody in that building, which there probably isn't. Who are you leaders of? People up there? Let me move you. Oh, he's spotting, isn't he? Alright, never mind. What are you guys doing? Being a bunch of wimps is what? Alright, go up there. And then we'll check on the guys at the wall over here. We need to assault this church. So I can tell by your cries of pain everything's going well. And cowering.
Fire for effect. Out.
I'm just gonna choose my best out of this and just take maybe 2 best and try to assault this church. We'll see what happens. In the campaign, speaking of, sometimes units carry over. A lot of the units carry over with their morale and ammo intact, so you want to do crazy, you know, assaults that might not work, like I'm about to do. There goes that mortar attack. Like freaking 10 minutes ago. Why would you give me a truck? Like, seriously. Alright, how are you guys doing? Nervous, nervous, cautious. Cautious. So, pretty bad then. Alright, assault second floor. You guys have, like, he's doing medical stuff. Alright, time to go, gentlemen. This will be, probably terrible, but that's okay. Yeah, that's right, those guys are pausing, aren't they? That's pretty nifty. I actually kind of like that, the pause. See, then they can rest them, basically. So see, they're ready instead of being tired. I'm going to try to take this building here. Machine gun. Oh, let's keep it. That building, whatever that is. Right, let's just keep going. Something big must be happening. It's taking a while to compute it. Run! Ah, cowering. Sandbag here. Those guys are covering. I don't know if there's anybody really in this building. I guess there is. Yeah. You guys should really shoot the guys in the building you're assaulting. Just saying. Word of advice. Ooh. What do I have? I have half track. Alright, let's try to get these tanks and stuff going now. It's so cars and stuff don't collide, tanks and stuff. They actually, let me have you go down this way. They automatically pause when they're near each other, which is kind of nice. Just have you sit there. That'll get you closer to being blown up. Alright, that's it. Check on these church guys here. You can cease fire at any time. Just put this in. The rest of the guys who are covering. Stand that, see. Oh, doing something here. We'll watch the assault now. It's a bunch of smoke. Probably did some grenades. Watch the rest of this. Real time, it's also hard to keep track of what's going on everywhere. Take that building. Oh, those are our guys. Are they? Those are my guys. They're running away.
Roger. Fire perfect.
Well, that went well. There's apparently like 6 or 7 groups of infantry there. Freaking go. Alright, so that assault was really terrible. Alright, so what now? Oh, quit. When things get tough, time to quit. And move you back in the trees there, buddy. Alright, do I have any other... things I can call in? Yeah, let me line that. There we go. Heavy, medium.
Request fire mission, over.
Yep. Try to take that building out. I mean, you get the gist of it. Ah, there we go. There's my tank. See you later, burning tank. You know, the series has good features. Obviously, it has realism with the morale system and tracking of the ammunition and the types of units. You know, it has all the specific units that were involved here. But it has, as I've described, a lot of areas that could use improvement. The multiplayer matchmaking, the interface, the camera, stuff like that. So let me end this. And ceasefire here. See how I did. Tactical defeat. Yeah, see, they thought it actually was actually knocked out an armored car. Interestingly enough. After it's done, you can click on a unit and it'll show you like how many people they killed. Like this unit killed 2 people. So that's kind of cool. Of course, the guys in the church killed 6 of my guys. You know. A whole bunch of crap up here too. So, well, there you go. Alright, well, that's Combat Mission Fortress Italy. Until next time.